Well, dreams can be very cinematic. Sleepwalking as an activity is very cinematic, and not in the way that you kind of see it in cliche kind of sitcoms or cartoons where like you have the woman like walking with her arms in front of her, kind of like the cliche thing. But it's like sleepwalking is it's a strange activity. And it's an expression of the subconscious, and and so in that way it's metaphor as well. And so. It allowed for a lot of opportunities to do things that you couldn't express in stand-up. You can only do so much
or even
to
in
bring
a nonfiction film
or
form.
in the book, or in a nonfiction film form. There's only so much you can do to bring people into your experience, and film is such an interesting narrative film and documentary as well, but narrative film is such an interestingly personal and intimate medium where you're trying to get people to experience what you're experiencing, and it's pretty remarkable what you can do.
Were there concerns when you're in production? Were there moments where you thought, well, this isn't how it happened, or was that difficult for you to like make that break with reality, or is that already something you do with your stand-up, so it wasn't too big a stretch?
Yeah, I mean, Ira and I always say, Ira Glass and I, people don't know what I mean when I say Ira. We always talk about how, the things that are in the film that are the most unbelievable are true.
Right.
And the things that are just kind of like, and then that happened, and then that happened, some of that is fudge, because it's like, a lot of times the chronology of actual events in life is just boring.
Right.
And I feel like documentaries take liberties with that too. You certainly have to tell a narrative story, and sometimes the minutia of stuff is just not interesting.
Well, do you do that with your act, I'm assuming, as
well?
For
sure, yeah. You have to. Otherwise, people would be bored to death. You'd just be a person at a party telling stories in the corner and people making excuses to go get a drink.
Right, exactly.
You know what I
mean? In your one-man acts, I saw about 2-3 years ago. Hilarious.
Oh, thanks.
There's a lot of visuals that you talk about. I'm assuming in the movie you're going to be jumping out of a 2-story window.
Yeah. You guessed right.
Stuntman or you?
Stuntman. I can't do.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You've done it once already, right?
Yes, I did it once, and I don't hope to do it again. I don't want to give away sort of how we did it, because it's an interesting visual, but it's artful, but it's exciting, and a lot of the sound design had to do with it as well. We really get the feeling of experiencing being a dream and then crashing through a window, kind of back to back, and it's exciting. I'm really that every time we work on that part of the movie, I go, and I lived it, and I'm editing the movie. So,
how about the set design for the apartment in terms of hiding the bedroom?
That didn't make it. I appreciate you knowing that reference, but that didn't make it to this part of the adaptation.
What kind of expectations do you have for the film versus your one-man show versus your book?
I don't have any expectations beyond. I'm excited to see what you think of it. I mean, I really enjoyed making it. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but I hope to make many more films after this. And I'm just excited to see people laugh when I'm not on stage. That'd be nice. Just sit back and watch people laugh at something I created without having to do the workout on stage.